It's a My Little Pony mystery, a My Little Pony mystery, a My Little Pony mystery. It's a My Little Pony mystery, a My Little Pony mystery, a My Little Pony mystery. We're back, we're back, we're back. And so's he. Da 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 da. What does this book mean? Number 11 in the My Little Pony Mystery Series, Side B. Having got someone from Desiree's mother's side of the family, they thought that they'd better get somebody from her father's side. They chose her father's brother, Mark Alder, the Black Pony of Rain's helper. But he turned out to be a big mistake. Another man who was only interested in money. Desiree remained silent. Lofty turned to her. Are you surprised that this man is another one of the Black Pony's helpers? Not really. I know that so many humans are turning against us. I really don't know who to trust now. Oh, there's a bit more about Mark Alder. He didn't care the slightest bit about My Little Ponies. In fact, he'd never heard of them before the day they asked him to help them. Holly Smith was 13 at the time. She became the Black Pony of Storm's helper. She had collected My Little Ponies for 6 or 7 years, but she turned out not to like the real My Little Ponies as much as she liked the plastic models.
Michael Akers, the Black Pony of Terror's helper, was the father of one of Desiree's sisters, Emma's, friends. Another money-oriented human who cared nothing for the My Little Ponies. In fact, he is determined to harm them.
My sister married his son. I have seen him a few times, but he's always very unfriendly. Well, now we know why, Desiree said.
Why did you know him?
Shellbell said.
Then you won't be very pleased to hear the next bit. His wife and his son helped him. Emma's friend never knew anything about what his family were doing.
The son they're talking about must be my sister's husband's brother, Andrew. It seems that I've met so many of the Black Pony's helpers down on Earth, and yet I never suspected that any of them were the people who were scheming against us with their Black Pony friends up here in Ponyland.
It says that Barbara Akers helps a pony called the Black Pony of Evil. If the ponies were too frightened to ask Desiree to help them, they decided to ask her next-door neighbors, James Doherty and Liz Doherty. Oh, that was a big mistake. Because then they found out that James Doherty, what a horrible name, and Liz Doherty, even worse, didn't like the Alder family at all. And so they would not like the little ponies. Surely the Alder family must like someone who lived in their road, and so they went to 2 doors away, where Donna Collins lived with her husband, Freddie Collins, and their son Wayne, and daughter Lucy. They got Donna, Lucy, and Freddie to help them, but Wayne never even knew anything about it. The only other member of Desiree's family, darlings, who the ponies asked for help from, was Desiree's mother's cousin, darlings, Katie Christie. She helped the Black Pony of Horror once she came to Ponyland, darlings, but she did anything but help the little ponies, darlings. Susan Dewberry asked for her little sister Katie Dewberry, who became the Black Pony of Doom's helper. Katie Dewberry was the one who went round helping her older sister spread lies and got everybody else's hopes up. Asking 2 Katies to help the ponies was not a lucky thing to do. Well, that's very strange. I thought that when we got to the end of that, there'd still be that line saying that CLM could not find out anything about the other helpers. But it says here a bit more about some of them.
Unfortunately, it still doesn't say their names though. But it does give us their initials. Helper number 20, SM, the Black Pony of Misery's helper, was the first person not to be related to any Black Pony helpers like Katie Dewberry, who asked to join the Black Ponies and their friends, rather than the My Little Ponies asking them to come and help them. Nobody ever really liked him though, especially when he failed to show up when the Black Ponies and their helpers were setting fire to the grooming parlour as part of one of their evil schemes. When they asked him why, he said he was afraid of Twinkles the cat, since he was allergic to cats. Helper number 21, MOH, who had also joined without being asked to help the My Little Ponies, as did all of the helpers mentioned after this, asked SM if he owned any pets at all, and he told her that he had a pet dog called Lace. Helper MOH helped the Black Pony of Disasters. Unfortunately, I couldn't find out much about her, except that her middle name was Blue.
Sarah Lewis helps the Black Pony of Misfortune. Unfortunately, that's the last Black Pony's name that I know. Oh dear. She was 5 years old when she joined the Black Ponies helpers in the year 2000. Helper number 23, MM, has a fear of chocolate and keeps on brushing her teeth all the time. What a very strange person. My teeth just keep on growing. You know? Helper number 24, VS, joined the Black Ponies and their helpers in 1999 when she was 18 years old. She had collected My Little Ponies all her life, but had sold her collection quite recently, but then had just started collecting again, and gone into the horrible habit of customizing ponies. See more information in my very last chapter, chapter number 24. I've not been able to find out the names of helper number 25 and 26, but I know that they live somewhere around Belton Road. I've not been able to find out much about helpers number 27 and 28 either, except that their initials are RM and JF. I know that they're very full of themselves, but not much else. Helper number 29 is the mother of helper number 30. The pony collectors, but I don't know much else about them. I was able to get hold of a diary of helper number 31, NC, but unfortunately she used a lot of abbreviations, and she'd only just started the diary. So I only found out that she was born in 1959, and that she had 5 brothers and sisters with names that started with the following letters. Her oldest sister was called something starting with C. The next sister was called NB. Then her older brother started with S. Her younger brother with P. And the youngest of her family was M, who was born in 1962. She lives with her 14-year-old daughter and her 12-year-old son. Her birthday is the 25th of October, and her middle name is Campbell. How can I associate initials AJ that she likes to be called JS? I don't know much else about her. I know the next 8 helpers' initials, but no more about them. 33 KS, 34 LH, 35 VT, 36 CZ, 37 TS, 38 SB, 39 BS, 40 SL. Helper number 24's mother and grandmother joined the Black Ponies and their helpers' next darlings. They're helper number 41 and 42. Unfortunately, we know no more than that, darlings. Helper number 43, SAS, is the chief seer and RHer. I don't dare say those words. Oh, you know what I mean. Helper number 43 seems to be the leader of all of the Black Pony helpers now. Oh, you know what I mean.
And the last helper mentioned on the page is helper number 44, whose initials we know are KP. Unfortunately, we don't know any more about her than that, because it just starts to tell you where she works when it goes over onto the next page. And of course, the next pages are stuck together. Well, at least we found out a few more things.
But nothing that's gonna help us get the Here Comes Christmas candy cane back,
Pinkie Pie said, sadly. Desiree said that she would have to go back down to Earth, but she promised that she would come back up tomorrow, and then they would have to go to Nightmare Land to search for the missing candy cane there. Desiree, Jackie, Sparkle and Splodge did return the following day, on the 23rd of December. They had come to Ponyland at 10 a.m. that morning and had searched in Nightmare Land for the Here Comes Christmas candy cane all day. Truly and Twinkle had brought the History of Ponyland book with them, because they were worried that if they had left it in Ponyville unguarded, the black ponies, or one of their helpers, might have come and taken it away, so that they would never see it again. At 20 to 7 that evening, Twinkle looked down at the book that was on the floor of the hot air balloon basket by his feet. He had thought he had heard it talking to him.
I must be going, mad,
Twinkle said to himself. But then he heard the book speak to him again. It was asking him to turn the pages and open the book on page 263. Twinkle turned to his owner and told her this.
I'm sure I'm not, going mad, because I've heard it several times saying that, But I think that we really ought to turn to 263 and just see if we can find anything out. Maybe the book is trying to tell us something, or rather CLM, the author of the book, is trying to tell us that there's a way that we can find the Here Comes Christmas candy cane by reading part of his book.
Well, I guess it's worth a try, Twinkle, but I don't think that a book can be speaking to us.
Oh, come on, we may as well try to open it.
But all of the pages were stuck together last night, apart from those 2 pages that we read, Dodge.
Well, maybe they are now. Maybe that's why Twinkle keeps hearing that book speaking to him.
Truly tried to open the book, and found that it mysteriously opened on pages 262 to 263. 2 pages that had been stuck together the previous night.
See, I told you I heard it talking to me, didn't I?
Twinkle said.
Yes, you did see that, Twinkle. And I told my owner that maybe the pages would now open. So, as usual, us guinea pigs were right. The question is, what is actually written on the page?
Sparkle asked.
Yeah, because it's not much use the pages opening if there's nothing written on them,
added Splodge. Oh, but there is something written on them, Splodge, Truly said. It's a little poem. Trouble is, I don't understand it. Do you understand it, Desiree? Desiree picked up the book and read the few lines printed on the page. The black pony will ruin Christmas unless you find the candy cane. You'll find it hidden on a pony. Just look under her mane. The pony's colour is dark green. She comes from something you sow. The strangest pony you've ever seen. She needs water to make her hair grow. What? What a very strange poem. And then it's followed by that same line that CLM always uses. One day the nightmares will wash away.
How very strange,
Dodge said.
I know that all living creatures need water, but why would CLM say that water makes the pony's hair grow. I don't understand. Well, sure I don't. A dark green pony who needs water to make her hair grow.
Suddenly, Desiree looked over the side of the hot air balloon and saw the pony that they were looking for. "It's that pony down there," Desiree said, pointing excitedly at a bush that was shaped like a pony.
"What pony, Desiree? I can't see a pony,"
Truly said. "The bush. It's dark green, it needs water, and if you look, its mane is separate to its body, and I think there's something pink and green beneath." The Ponyville ponies in other hot air balloons saw where Desiree was pointing, looked down at the bush and began to cheer when they saw exactly what Desiree had just seen. The end of the Pinky Mint Here Comes Christmas Candy Cane 2005. Pinkie Pie guided her hot air balloon down to the side of the bush and reached over the edge of the basket and grabbed hold of the end of the candy cane. She pulled the candy cane into her hot air balloon and looked up at Nightmare Castle, where she saw a pair of red, glowing eyes glaring back at her.
"The Black Pony of Darkness has seen us!"
she cried from her hot air balloon, and she followed as all of the other hot air balloons turned away and began to fly in the opposite direction. She floated after them, and although the Black Pony came to the drawbridge of his castle, there was nothing that he could do. All of the ponies were on their way back to Ponyville, and they were too far away for him to catch up with. The ponies were very happy to have got their candy cane back, and so, as they drifted back towards Ponyville, they began to sing a song. Here now, the magic of Christmas is filling our hearts with light. Strange how the magic of Christmas can make our world glow so bright. There are wondrous places to roam, but now at last we're going home with dreams of its sweet gleam. So completely that the best dreams always come true, and we wish you the magic of Christmas, a gift of rejoicing store. Here's to the magic of Christmas, it's all we've been looking for. Magic forever and ever. Magic forever and ever. Magic forever and ever. When they got back to Ponyland, Starcatcher, Thistle Whistle, Cloud Climber, Coconut Grove, Baby Honolulu, and Island Delight all carried the Here Comes Christmas candy cane back to the top of the tree. The ponies who lived in Ponyland, once they had watched the second Here Comes Christmas candy cane ceremony this year, got back into their hot air balloons and began the long journey back to Ponyland. Desiree, Jackie, Sparkle and Splodge went back down to Earth, promising to return to Ponyland either tomorrow or on Christmas Day. They would be returning tomorrow, but for a different reason to the one that they expected. Because the Ponyland ponies were going to have a surprise when they got back home. And not a very nice surprise either. When the ponies had returned to Ponyland, they had seen a terrible sight in front of them. They had been so busy helping the Ponyville ponies that they had forgotten to leave anybody in Ponyland to look after their own homes. And the black pony had gone through every part of Ponyland, destroying every Christmas decoration anywhere.
Oh, well,
Dodge said when he got back to his hutch and found that all of the tinsel that had been strung up around all 7 stories of his hutch had been shredded and thrown on the ground outside.
it seems that since we were so busy helping those other ponies, we're not going to have Christmas now. Did he destroy all the cucumber cakes as well?
Yes, Dodge, I'm afraid he did. Anything that we were going to use for Christmas, the black ponies seem to have destroyed.
So we really aren't going to have a Christmas this year. But the Ponyville ponies will. That's one good thing, I suppose.
When Twinkle got back to his hutch, a similar sight met his eyes. Truly had pinned gold stars all around his hutch, but every single one of them had been ripped in half and thrown around the room.
Oh dear! The black pony has, destroyed my Christmas decorations now, as well as the Ponyville ponies. So although we managed to sort out their Christmas, it looks like we're not gonna have one ourselves, you know?
I'm sorry, Twinkle, but all of the celery tarts that I left in the kitchen have all been destroyed as well, his owner said.
Oh no! So there's gonna be no Christmas at Paradise Estate.
And all over Ponyland the same thing had happened. In Friendship Gardens, the ponies had strung Christmas banners and red flowers all around their houses, but when they returned home, they found that the black pony had ripped down every single one of them. At the top of Rainbow Mountain there had been a giant Christmas tree, but now it was in pieces. There had been another huge Christmas tree in Dream Castle's courtyard, but that Christmas tree had had all of its decorations taken off of it and smashed. And then that tree had also been cut down. The ponies all travelled to Dream Valley, where they always went if there was an emergency. They decided that they would go down to Earth and tell Desiree what had happened. Maybe she would know what they should do about it. Desiree was very busy down on Earth, wrapping up presents, doing some last-minute shopping, and trying to clear up the floor. But she told the ponies that she could spare them some time if there really was an emergency. But Desiree did not have a solution to their problem. Because, well, as she said, she would have loved to have had the ponies at her house for Christmas, but there were simply too many of them.
Well, thanks for listening to our problem anyway,
Dodge said.
But it seems that this is one problem that you can't solve, Desiree. We shall have to try to solve it ourselves. Although I don't think that there is a solution.
Oh, I'm sure you'll think of something, Desiree said.
And what do you, think that we're gonna come up with? After all, it is Christmas Eve. And now it is the night of Christmas Eve. In fact, it's past 11 p.m. That's one reason that we we're gonna knock on your door tonight. But we thought it would be even more impolite to come and worry you on Christmas Day. You know?
Oh, I don't mind when you come to speak to me, Desiree said. It doesn't matter if it's Christmas Day. If there's something that any of you want to speak to me about, then you can come at any time.
Well, thank you,
but I don't think there's anything you can do this time. The ponies sadly said goodbye and went back up the rainbow to Ponyland.
Why don't you, go and tell the Ponyville ponies what's going on, you know? Is that a good idea? Yes, no, what do you think?
Twinkle asked his owner.
Well, I don't particularly think it's a good idea to, ruin their Christmas celebrations, Twinkle. If they're the only ponies that can enjoy Christmas, I don't think it's fair for us to go and ruin it. But they might have an idea on what we can do to make it a special Christmas for ourselves as well,
Dodge said. Well, I suppose you could be right there, Dodge, his owner replied. I think that we should go to Ponyville. Pinkie Pie is the Christmas host this year in Ponyville, and so, since she is one of our friends, maybe she will help us with this problem. Surely she will know what we should do. Lofty ran straight to her hot air balloon as soon as they got back to Ponyland, and so did all of the other ponies. Soon they were drifting high in the clouds towards Ponyville. When they arrived, they found the ponies having a late-night Christmas party.
Hello there,
Lofty called from outside Celebration Castle.
We don't mean to ruin your fun, but we really have some quite disappointing news, at least for the Ponyland ponies. Is it alright if we come in and tell you? Oh, of course, Lofty. I don't mind if you come in and tell me about any of your problems,
Pinkie Pie called back.
After all, you are my friend. And what are friends for, if not to listen to other ponies' problems?
And so all of the Ponyland residents stepped inside Celebration Castle and began to tell the Ponyville ponies of the terrible things that had happened. Sky Skimmer spoke of the torn-down banners in Friendship Gardens. Twinkle and Dodge told their stories about how their hutches decorations had been destroyed. Majesty said about the Christmas tree in Dream Castle's courtyard, and Rainbow Cloud spoke of the destruction on Rainbow Mountain. The Flutter Ponies also said about the terrible time they had been having in Flutter Valley, because the Black Pony had ripped down all of their Christmas decorations as well. Paradise said about the decorations that had been round her bed, and some of the ponies who lived in Paradise Land said about the Christmas lights, which had been in High Street West, but were now no longer there. Pinkie Pie and the other Ponyville ponies listened very carefully to all of these stories.
Well, I don't know what we can do to bring your decorations back,
Pinkie Pie said.
But surely there must be something we can do.
Pinkie Pie began to pace up and down.
I've got it,
she called from over by their Christmas tree.
Got what? Got what?
Dodge called back.
What have you got? Is it something that would work?
No, I don't think so, Pinkie Pie replied and began to pace up and down again.
You could always... Yes, we could, we could, you know... Always do what, exactly?
Twinkle said sadly.
I don't know,
Pinkie Pie said.
But at least I'm trying to come up with plans. What are the rest of you doing?
And soon all of the Ponyville ponies were pacing up and down with her, desperately throwing ideas at the ponies. Could you maybe make some new decorations, darlings?
Don't be ridiculous. Look at the time of night. How could we make enough decorations to decorate the whole of Ponyland by tomorrow? And anyway, what about my cucumber cakes? Well, couldn't you just stick the old pieces of decorations up together?
Kiwi Tart asked. No, unfortunately we couldn't, Majesty said. After all of the baubles on the Dream Castle's courtyard Christmas tree were too smashed up. We couldn't do anything with them. I had to get a special cloud broom and sweep them all up before any of the little ponies hurt themselves on them.
Well, maybe you could just have Christmas without any decorations. Perhaps if you organize parties, then maybe it would still be just as much fun,
Shellbell said.
Unfortunately, that won't be, the case, because all of the party food has been broken up as well, like my celery tarts.
And my cucumber cakes.
And my owner did spend so long preparing those.
It wasn't that long, Dodge.
If it wasn't that long, why don't you get them more often?
Oh, let's not get into another argument, said a familiar voice from behind them.
Desiree, you came up to Ponyville to help us?
Truly asked. Well, I could hardly do otherwise. After you told me about your problem, I thought I'd have to come up here and try to help you. Jackie Alder stood behind her, with Sparkle and Splodge in her arms. I'm so sorry to hear about the celery tarts, Twinkle, Sparkle said. He was wearing a silly green party hat. And the cucumber cakes, Splodge added. He was wearing a red party hat.
Oh, it doesn't, really matter,
Twinkle said.
Maybe you two could, come to Ponyland tomorrow, and maybe we wouldn't feel so bad about not having any decorations or party food or anything else to do with Christmas. Because, the Black Pony has destroyed everything. Oh.
Don't be silly, Twinkle. There's really nothing we can do about it. It might be a bit better, though, if you could come up tomorrow. Well, we'll try our very best, Desiree said. But now I'm afraid we'll have to go back down. Maybe you could take it in turns to come down to Earth tomorrow. I don't think that we'd all get down there, Desiree, Lofty said. Not before Christmas Day was over. After all, it's so many of us. The Black Pony is ruining Christmas for all of us. So it wouldn't be fair just to choose some of the ponies to come down. Well, maybe we could have a box with all of the ponies' names written on bits of paper inside it. Then we could draw out the first 100 names, and 10 of you could come and spend a tenth of the day with us.
Nope. If the Black Pony is going to ruin Christmas for some of us, then he shall ruin Christmas for all of us. After all, what if my name doesn't get drawn out of the box?
Dodge said.
And what if Twinkle's does? That would not be fair. And what if, I got drawn out of the box, but truly didn't? That wouldn't be fair either,
added Twinkle. I just don't know what we can do then, Desiree said. And sadly, she, Jackie, Sparkle and Splodge had to go back down to Earth. The ponies continued the debate for quite some time. And then, finally, at almost 11:30, all of the Ponyland ponies went home as Pinkie Pie had told them to.
Well, I'm so, sorry for ruining this Christmas Eve for you,
Twinkle said.
And I'm sure all of my friends are too, but we just, didn't know what to do, and we hope that you might come up with some ideas,
I think that I have come up with an idea, Twinkle, if I can get it sorted out in time.
Why don't you all come back to Ponyville tomorrow morning, and then I'll tell you what my idea is. Sure, we'd love to, but do you really think whatever it is will work? Well, I'm hoping it will work. I hope that I'm not just wishing too hard. I know that magical things can happen on Christmas Day, if all of my friends are willing to help.
She turned to all of the other Ponyville ponies. And as soon as the ponies who lived in Ponyland had left, She said to them,
"We're going to have to work very hard, but I think that it's worth it. After all, our friends in Ponyland worked hard to find the Here Comes Christmas candy cane, so I think that all of us should have one job to do, and then by tomorrow morning, I'm hoping."
She whispered to all of the other ponies. All of the other ponies who lived in Ponyville agreed to help her, and they all raced off to start the long night's hard work. If they were to help their friends in the morning, they would have to work very hard throughout the night. But would it work? They would just have to wait until tomorrow morning, Christmas morning, the morning of 25th of December, to see. Magical things could happen in Ponyland and Ponyville, but nobody could ever remember a miracle like this ever working. The Ponyland ponies returned to Ponyville early on Christmas morning. Very early, in fact. It was still dark. The Ponyville ponies had worked all night, hoping desperately that their plan would work. As the first Ponyland hot air balloons started to float down outside Celebration Castle, the Ponyville ponies were still adding the finishing touches to the big plan. Razaroo was making sure that all of the ponies were there by using her birthday book, which listed all of the ponies in Ponyville, so that she could remember their birthdays, although she was using it for a different reason. Moon Dancer sprinkled special glitter over all of the ponies, so that they wouldn't feel as tired as they would normally have done, considering they had had hardly any sleep. Last night, Pinkie Pie was hanging balloons with Merry Christmas written on them all over Ponyville. Kimono advised the ponies on how best to make the plan work. Sparkleworks was organising a special fireworks display. Minty was making lots of sweets for the big surprise. Rainbow Dash strung rainbow-coloured Christmas banners all over Ponyville. Sunny Days had gone to see the Weather Witch, who lived in a far corner of Ponyland, to make sure that the weather on Christmas Day would be just right. It would be snowing, but wouldn't be too cold in Ponyville for the big plan. Wisteria was organising a special flower arrangement, which would be in the centre of all the goings-on in Ponyville on Christmas Day. And Sweetberry was baking lots of cakes, including rather a lot of cucumber cakes and celery tarts. Quite a lot more than the guinea pigs and rabbits in Ponyville could have eaten. Kiwi Tart, Triple Treat and Cotton Candy were helping her, whilst Thistle Whistle and Cloud Climber hung the Christmas decorations all over Ponyville. In fact, there were almost enough decorations to have covered Ponyland as well. The ponies were just making these finishing touches when they saw the hot air balloons come into view.
"They're coming!"
Pinkie Pie called as she hung up the last and biggest bunch of balloons in Celebration Castle. Who's coming, darling?" Rainbow Dash called back.
"Well, who do you think? Our friends from Ponyland."
Pinkie Pie replied.
"What? Already?"
Kiwi Tart asked.
"But he's only just finished baking the cake for the..." "Be quiet, Kiwi Tart. They're coming into hearing range. We don't want them to know about the big surprise. Not yet, at least, because then it won't be a surprise anymore." "We're here!"
Dodge called, jumping out of the hot air balloon basket where he stood with Truly, Lofty and his owner, and Twinkle, of course, and several of the other ponies from Paradise Estate.
"So, what was the big surprise? I can't see anything different."
They'd landed round the back of Celebration Castle, which meant that they couldn't see all of the ponies working hard around the front. Pinkie Pie had arranged for the ponies to make a special signal when they had everything ready, so that she would not lead the Ponyland ponies into the big surprise before it was complete.
Well, unfortunately, things aren't going quite to plan. We haven't finished what we were intending to do yet. And it doesn't look like we'll be getting it done for quite some time. Oh, well then, we may as well just, go right back to Ponyland and, curl up in bed. After all, there's no Christmas celery tarts to eat, you know?
Twinkle said sadly.
Oh no, you may as well stay a little bit longer. We may as well stay until it gets light, at least.
And so all of the Ponyland ponies agreed to stay, at least until it got light.
Why don't we go inside Celebration Castle?
Lofty asked.
Oh no, I don't think that's a good idea. See, a lot of the ponies are, sleeping in there. Yes, they're sleeping in there, and they haven't got up yet. When they get up, though, we'll be able to go inside. Well, why are they sleeping in there, and not in their own homes?
Dodge said.
Oh, well, because you said that the Black Pony of Darkness, or one of his friends or helpers, had been to Ponyland. We were rather afraid that they might come to Ponyville, so we thought it would be safer to sleep together.
Pinkie Pie said.
Yes, of course, that's it.
Just then, a puff of pink smoke came from the front of Celebration Castle.
What is that?
Dodge asked.
I didn't like the look of that.
Pinkie Pie asked the ponies to follow her as she walked round to the front of Celebration Castle. I don't know what it was, Dodge, but I get a feeling that we're about to find out, his owner replied. But then, when they walked round the front, they found not a nasty surprise waiting as Dodge and his owner had thought, but a nice surprise for once.
It's a party,
Dodge said.
So all of you are going to enjoy a nice party, and we haven't got one. How do you think that we could eat all of this food?
And it was true, for there were tables and tables of food.
We used a bit of pony magic last night to make all of this lovely food. And we're asking all of you ponies from Ponyland to come and join us. Really? We can really come to your Christmas party? That was the idea last night,
Pinkie Pie said.
And is it still this morning? Is it still the idea? Yes, of course it is, Dodge. That was the surprise. While I do love surprises when they have something to do with food.
And Dodge ran forward and began to eat a cucumber cake. Just then, Desiree came up the rainbow. I didn't know there was going to be a party, she said.
Neither did I,
Dodge said through a mouthful of cucumber cake. If I'd known, I'd have helped you to prepare it.
Well, none of the Ponyland ponies knew either, and they've all been invited. So you, Jackie, and Sparkle and Splodge, of course, are all invited as well.
And so they all sat down and enjoyed a Christmas pony party with the Ponyville ponies for the rest of the day. Rainbow-coloured lights glow bright on truly lovely nights. There's a bow on every door. There's laughter in the air, the laughter we love to share with our pony pals once more. And that's what I love about Christmas. Hard to believe that it's finally here. That's what I love about Christmas. It's a merry one this year. Coconutty snow, every pony that I know is dressed up in pink and green. Gumdrops on the tree, every year we all agree it's the greatest one we've seen. And that's what I love about Christmas. Hard to believe that it's finally here. That's what I love about Christmas. Have a merry, merry time this year.
There's a
hay's cutting, a pinky high's cutting, the hottie has just begun. Lofty is singing and jingle bells ringing, the guinea pigs joining the fun. We're dancing away at Cotton Candy Cafe, Kiwi Tot and Shovel too. Our voices raised higher than stars up in the sky as we celebrate our dream come true. And that's what I heard about Christmas. Can you believe that it's finally here? That's what I love about Christmas. It's a merry one this year. Stockings full of treats, carols drifting down the streets, easy smiles and great good cheer. Pony bells aglow, and it's wonderful to know our Pony Land friends are near. That's what I love about Christmas. It's a truly